You guys are writing only one assessment this term, and then you write your exam. So, there's going to be a test on Friday. Yes? Hold on. Yeah? Now, hold on. I'll give you all the information now. Just wait until I'm done. Friday, the 29th of October. You guys are going to write a test. It's probably going to be 25 marks. And it is going to be on Pythagoras. Don't say easy. And then straight lines. No, hold on. Transformation and straight lines. Now, you will remember that yesterday I heard you now say, let me first finish. Hold on. I wanted to start with transformation yesterday. That is 3 lessons that we had to do end of last term. Okay? But we didn't do those 3. I was planning on doing them now, and then we start with the new work. But initially we weren't going to have a test. So what I'm going to do is transformations. We're just going to put on hold. Okay? So that we can first finish Pythagoras and straight lines, so that we would be ready and good for the test on the 29th. Okay? Then, once we write this test, we're done with a year's work. Now that is already on Friday the 29th, which means that full week of school after that. Okay? So in that week, I was planning on only revising. So if we finished with Pythagoras and straight lines way before the 29th, then we quickly do our transformation, okay, and then revise for the test to make sure we're ready with that. Otherwise, we just finish with that, write our test, and then after that we do transformations, and then we revise for the exam. You guys good with that? Okay, yes. Exam, we will give you guys, okay, so last year was a total flop, so you guys don't know exactly what it is like in a normal exam situation. You are going to get your what to learn. I think it's before the exam starts already. It should be within the next week, maybe week and a half. You should be getting a what to learn. You are going to have 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. We're going to split the work, so it's not everything in paper 1 and everything in paper 2. Okay? Mark-wise, it will most probably be 75 marks each paper. Okay, yeah. Right. So, that aside, let's start with Pythagoras. So just so you know, you can even start studying as we go along for Pythagoras and straight lines. So we are now busy on a Friday. 2 weeks. So we are now busy with chapter 13, Pythagoras. Okay, now, how does the theorem of Pythagoras work? Now, I know some of you might already know, and again, yes? On the planning, it just says test. So when it's a normal test, it's no cheat sheet. Okay. This is on page 181. Okay, now I need you guys to be quiet. Have a look. Yes, please do. Now, in order for you to be able to use Pythagoras, yeah. Yes, you must have a 90 degrees angle. Now, I will write it this time, but usually we only have that little block. That indicates that it is a 90 degrees angle. Right. Now, we have spoken about quite a lot of this, and we have actually spoken about Pythagoras as well. I remember that was up in Mr. DeToy's class, I think. No? Or Miss... yeah. Okay, right. Now, what do we call this side across the 90 degrees angle? The hypotenuse. Good. Remember, my spelling was awful. Remember that? No. Okay. So, the side across the 90 degrees angle will be your hypotenuse, and that will also be the longest side. Okay, now if I were to name this triangle A, B, C. Now, the theorem of Pythagoras says that if I were to take the two shorter sides, now because that hypotenuse is my longest side, when I talk about the two shorter sides, I'm talking about AB and BC. No. So if I took those two shorter sides and I squared each one of them and I added them, it should give me the hypotenuse, which is AC, and that's also squared. All right. Yes, that's part of the rule. It must be squared. Okay. Yes. It's in class. Yeah. Right. People, I need you to focus on what's going on here. Right. So, I want to do, I've got 5 examples that I quickly want to work through. Remember that whenever you use Pythagoras, you have to write Pyth in brackets right after that. Okay? Okay. So, let's quickly do an example. Who's still busy writing the previous one? Yes. People, you are going to have, listen, you're going to have 5 triangles, right? You can start drawing your first one already at example 1. I'll show you just now. The first one, yes. From there on, I'm just going to switch them and turn them. Yes, yeah. So basically, it looks like this one. 182. If you want to draw your triangle so long, I'm going to do those 5 examples on page 182. Okay? Right. No, you've got to draw, otherwise you don't see the full picture. Right, listen. Hands up, put your phone down. Hands up, you're still copying here? Okay. Quick. People, and remember, I know there's some of you that really want to take pure math next year. So use this time now. From today up until the 29th, you can still make a very big difference. It's only one test. So if you make a good, or you get a good mark for that one test, then we're halfway there. Okay? The exam obviously counts a big part of your marks, but still. Hey, Before the exam. For the exam. Or for the test. Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. Please make sure that you stick to what we're doing and make sure that before you leave class today, every day, you make sure you understand. Okay. Do not walk out with 10 questions still hanging around. If you're unsure about something, put up your hand and ask. Okay. Ons stort hom uit vandag eendag. Then, remember, register, to get back to your question, register is very, okay. For now, it has been a little bit longer, but it's going to be very short because we've got very little academic time. We've only got 4 weeks. So if there is a slightly longer one, then yes, we could do that. Yeah. Okay, but let's not stress about that now. Focus on this. Right. Hands up, you're still copying, yeah. Okay. Yes. No, no, no. People, didn't you write exam end of last year? Oh, it wasn't proper exam. Okay, so how it usually works. I keep on forgetting you guys are now grade 9 and grade 8 was a flop. Okay, so listen, in end of the year, how it's going to work is you're going to get a certain class room number allocated just for you guys. Half of the class will be writing in, let's say, room 6, and the other half would be writing in room 7. Right? You have the same spot that you always sit. Yeah. You're going to come in, write exam. After that, you're going to have register, hand your books in. That's it. Okay, right. So, ABC. Thank you. Yeah, now we're done with questions except math related. Okay, so you have got to calculate. This is now example 1. One. Did I say 2? Sorry. Okay. Right. So if we want to calculate AC, we're going to start with, yes, BC squared. Okay, now, because I used that, I've got to say Pythagoras. Okay, right. Now let's go substitute in. AB is actually 9, so that would be 9 squared. BC is 12, so it would be 12 squared. Okay, now 8 to the power of 2 is going to be 81. 12 to the power of 2 is 144. Okay, so which means that, and I'm not going to start putting my AC on that side, okay? I just don't like it at the end. So AC squared will be equal to 225. You want to start with this? Okay, you just have to have Pyth at the end. Yeah, okay. Right, now I have to get AC and not AC squared. So how do I then get rid of that square? I'm going to say square root of 225, which means that AC will then be 15. And don't forget, it was centimeters over here, so I also have to have centimeters at my answer. No. Centimeters squared means you're doing area. And I'm not doing area, I want to know how long that side is. Okay, the length of the side. You guys good with that? Okay, can I skip? Okay, quickly copy. Why aren't you writing? Are you done? Shh. People, give the others a chance as well, and while you wait, you're nice and quiet. Go. Hands up, you're still copying? Okay, tell me when you're done. Yeah? This one. That one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you could have said AC squared is equal to 9 squared. Yeah, it's good. Right, can I skip? Okay. Example 2, please draw. You guys, you are not busy with math. Stop it. That's the thing. You have to be, we're still going to do the same steps. We just substitute in and then we see what we're going to do. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Wait. Right, people. So, according to Pythagoras, we're going to have DE squared plus FE squared. And remember, FE and EF, same thing. No? Will be equal to the hypotenuse, DF squared. And I've got to say, Pythagoras, there's a mark sometimes allocated just for that word, Pyth, at the end. Yeah. We're working, yes, you are working. Dis hoekom jy nou gee my net gou kans, né? I'm going step by step for those that don't know what's going on. Okay? So, let's substitute in. So, DE, we don't know, so I'm going to stick to DE squared. FE was 15, so that becomes 15 squared. DF was 17, so 17 squared. Okay, now usually we want the unknown alone. So which means that I want to move over, and then it's going to become what? Minus 15 squared. So that's what you wanted to say just now. So some of you might be comfortable with skipping directly to this step, and that's fine. I'm just showing step by step so everyone knows what's going on, okay? But if you're comfortable with skipping directly to that one, all good. You're going to get exactly the same marks. Right, now, how much is 17 squared? That's going to be 289, and 15 is 225, okay? Which means that if I subtract the 2, I'm going to get 64. But now again, this is DE squared. So if you stopped there, you would not get your final mark, okay? We have to get rid of that by saying DE will then be square root of that 64, which means that DE is 8 centimeters. Now you will see that I wrote quite a few steps, okay? You are probably only going to get your marks 4. This is going to be 1. You definitely get a mark here. You definitely get a mark there, okay? Any one of these you would get a mark for. So you don't have to write all of those, okay? And then, and then lastly for the word Pyth. Okay, so 4 marks. Is that what you wanted to ask? Okay, right. Any other questions here? Okay, can I? Yeah, sometimes kids leave this part open and just say equal, equal, equal. But be careful because they sometimes stick with DE squared is equal to 64 and then say equal to 8. And DE squared is not equal to 8. So be careful with that. Okay. Can I skip? Okay, quick. You guys, stop chatting. Make sure you've got everything. Moenie vir my so sê. Jy sal jou vingers lelik verbrand. Right, hands up, you're still copying? Now what? Good. Okay. There's your third example. So over here, I need you to calculate the length of PR. I'm going to let you guys do it on your own. Okay, so this one you try. Shh. No one talks. Quiet. Mm-mm. We can.
When we first started the equation, doesn't matter which of the scores are correct.
No, doesn't matter. Mm-mm. Give a few seconds, Phil. Minutes. Yeah. No. Yeah, get the final answer first. Work out the square. Then we subtract and then we do square root. No. Right. Okay, relax. No, just like that, yeah. Yes, you can stand. Right, here we go. Okay, I need you guys to be quiet. Shh, 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 shh. Thank you. Girls, put the phone down or you can give it to me for 30 days. If I see anyone's phone, I take it for 30 days. Very nice. You can start studying now for exams. Right. So step one is you've got to say the two short sides squared is equal to my hypotenuse squared, and you've got to have Pythagoras. If you don't have Pythagoras, sit down. Good. Okay, now we substitute in what we've got. PR squared stays like that. PQ was 45. And then what did I do wrong here? Wait, PQ. RQ, this is R, sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then I had to go and, hello? Quiet, quiet. Ja, hulle doen die een wat laaste staan het als reg. Ja, excuse. Sê maar. Okay. Sorry guys. Just stay Laat ek net doen. So, listen. Okay, so then I had to go and subtract the 2,601 minus the 2,025. So PR squared would be that. But this, this is still PR squared. So I've got to get rid of that square. How do I do that? I'm going to say square root of this. So your final answer should be 24 units. Good. Okay, first sit down, then we do questions. But see, in the test, you're going to lose your mark there. Okay.
What if you do it like this, but you still got the answer?
Okay, quiet. I'm going to give you the next one. There we go. Quick, quick. No, you know what you did? You said that one plus the hypotenuse.
That's what mine is.
Yes.
I think that.
People, remember, you can never get. Listen. You will never get. Let me go. Glory was die maniere. Luister gou. You will never get a negative answer for the length of a side. How can you get a side, let's say the length of this table, how can the length of this table be minus 12? Do you guys understand? So if you do get a negative number, it's highly likely that you took the hypotenuse and added it with, let's say, a shorter side. So then somewhere along the line you went wrong. Go back and double check. Yes.
There's no centimeter as a unit, right? You just use units.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The answer.
Yeah.
I swapped it to a
You?
So with the, no, that part, the part that you have to minus,
Sir?
the part that you have to minus.
You swap these two
Yeah,
around,
swap those two
but
around.
then you got a negative answer.
So you need to get that wrong.
Yeah, wrong.
I swapped it around when I was calculating, which meant really we'd get a negative answer.
Sorry. You guys, I'm struggling to hear him and he's standing right next to me. Are you done copying? Because they're making a big noise. Okay, right, there's your next one. Go. I do not want to hear anyone. Quiet. You two, quiet.
So I did put the right answer for it,
Okay.
but I just swapped the two around.
But see, I work from top to bottom. We don't go directly to see what your answer is and then give you full marks. So it's important that you focus on it. Okay. Okay. This is the second last one. So if you got something wrong at example 3, so try and get it right now. Okay? And over here we don't have an A, B, and a C. So. So I'm asking you to work out what A is. So you're not going to talk about side AB squared. You're just going to talk about A squared. Nee, jy gaan nie vir my wag nie. The short sides added and squared will give me. People, there's another one. Oh my word. Why do you have to fight about everything? Julle is nes my eie kinders. Kyk gou vir my. You keep quiet, you do your own thing. Jy het niks met niemand om jou te doen nie. It's fine, same thing. But not just a squared. Okay.
Als we beide something because of it's a bit sketchy.
Right. If you think you got it, you can stand up. Right, here we go. Okay, so everyone had that. Okay? Then all you had to do is 18 squared would be 324, and then 24 squared would be 576. Still equal to a to the power of 2. If I added it up, a squared would be 900. Yes. Oh my word. Quiet. So you said square root 324 plus 576. No, that's wrong. Listen to what he's doing. People, learn from each other's mistakes. Listen. You could not go and do this. You can't go do that. Because, let me finish. You guys have been so rude today. If you were going to say square root of each one of these, that square root of 324 is going to give you 18 again. So you're working forward and then backwards again. So that's the whole point. You have to go and add them first. And that answer, I must get square root of. Otherwise, it's going to be totally wrong. Okay? So stick to the steps, people. And remember, when I mark it from the top and then work my way down to the bottom where your answer is. I don't start at looking at your answer first and then say, oh, she got it right, full marks. I start at the top and work with your steps. Okay? Right, so now I've got to say, A would be square root of the 900, which means that it would be 30. Yeah. Okay. Before I give you your final one, because the bell's almost going to ring, just quickly write down your homework and then I'll give you that last example. Cool.
Ma'am, what if I switch to the round game and I've got all the right answers?
That's fine. That's good, yeah.
Skip that thing, ma'am. I squared it. Oh,
Okay, but wait. You can't have square and square root here.
I can like target it right.
Either take that one out or take this one out. But you can't have both. Okay.
Huh? What if I took the A here and I flip it like that? And then when I put the A here.
Yeah, perfect. Good. Right, did everyone write the homework down? Quickly write down the homework so I can skip back to the last example. I will do it with you guys. Right. Okay, last example. Yes. Right. Listen, I want to do this example. We can do it in break as well, it's fine. Right, over here you would say 3 squared, or, okay, I'm going to switch it around because some of you like having the unknown on the left right from the start. So hypotenuse squared will be equal to the two short sides squared and added. Okay? You have to have Pythagoras at the end. Okay, right, so x squared would be 3 squared is 9, 5 squared is 25. Okay, so x squared, oopsie, will then be 34. Okay, now, but that's x squared. I want to get rid of that square, so I'm going to say x is equal to square root of 34. Now, if you were to put that into your calculator, you're going to see that you get quite a few decimals. It's not necessarily wrong. You are going to have questions like that. We will then tell you to round it off to how many decimals. Let's say we round it off to 2 decimals. So that would mean it's going to be 5,83 units. Okay? In the homework, you will see that they say calculate the length of the unknown side in each of the following triangles. They're not drawn to scale. If you do get any decimals, round it off to 2. Okay, because they're not saying anything about decimals there.